Hello, everybody. Welcome to Weekly Trash, the safe place to cleanse your mind, body, and soul of all that trash you consume this week so you can consume some more tomorrow. I'm your host, Josie Van Dyke, and I am sitting next to one of my favorite people, a recycled guest, Miss Hunter Fowler, everybody.
Hi, I'm back, bitches.
Yeah, you are. Welcome back to Weekly Trash. How are ya?
Thanks for having me. I'm so good.
Thanks for coming so last minute.
Of course, anytime.
You're the best ever. Do you want to move your mic a little closer? There you go.
I know I talk very quietly.
I know you're so quiet, and I'm like, hey, everybody. So I'll like lower my mic and make yours louder.
Perfect.
Last time we spoke, you were pregnant,
So pregnant.
and your episode was very emotional. We talked about your brother. If you guys haven't already listened to it, go back and listen to it. We talked about your brother that passed away when you were in middle school.
Yeah, I was 13, 14.
Yeah, I was telling Carly about it, and she started crying when I was telling her about it. So just beware, it is emotional if you do go back and listen. But this episode's going to be more just lighthearted and fun, kind of. We'll see. There's some other things, deep topics that we got to cover.
Yeah.
But we're going to do a mini dumpster deep dive on who Hunter Fowler is.
Okay.
Today's dumpster deep dive is brought to you by Road to Baby. Did you know that 1 in 8 people in the U.S. alone struggle with infertility and have difficulties growing their family? The team at Road to Baby understand the pain and frustration that can come with infertility, and they are there to help you navigate that often bumpy road to parenthood. Road to Baby is a surrogacy, egg, and sperm donation agency based out of San Diego, California, who connects those in need with surrogates, egg donors, and sperm donors to help them grow their family. Road to Baby believes in fairly compensating those who make these dreams of parenthood come true. First-time surrogates working with Road to Baby receive a minimum of $56,000 for their incredible dedication. Egg donors are generously compensated at $10,000 per donation, and sperm donors each earn $5,000 for their first donation. If you've ever considered becoming a surrogate, egg donor, or sperm donor yourself, I encourage you to reach out to Road to Baby. You have the power to change lives and make parenthood dreams come true. And wait, there's more. If egg, surrogacy, or sperm donation isn't for you, but you know someone who might be a perfect fit, you can earn $1,000 in referrals for egg and sperm donors and $6,000 or more per surrogate referral. If you or someone you know is struggling with infertility, remember that you are not alone. The experts at Road to Baby are there to help you navigate this often challenging path to parenthood. Their experience and guidance can make all the difference in your journey. Road to Baby exists to help growing families and creating a life-lasting connection and making dreams a reality. If you're ready to take that first step or just curious to learn more about the process, schedule a free consultation with Road to Baby. Visit www.roadtobaby.com. ROADTOBABY.com. So let's give people a little brief synopsis of who Hunter is. Hunter, where are you from?
I am from here, from Orem. Grew up. I literally never moved out of the neighborhood that I lived in. I went to Orem High, met my husband in high school. He went on a mission. I went to Utah State for a year. Didn't love it. Came back to Provo, went to BYU. He came home from his mission. We got married 6 months later. And then now we have 3 kids.
3 babies.
3 babies. I literally remember last time you were like, he can come anytime after like next week. I was like, yes, he can.
How soon did he come? Was he early or
No. Well, I mean, I had him at 39 weeks.
Okay.
But I think I recorded very end of October. It was like
Yes.
Halloween time. And I
Yes.
had him like the 3rd week of November. So it was like 3 weeks later.
How was that labor?
Good.
You do medicated, right?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I wasn't sure. Because
No.
you're an all natural girly, Hunter.
No. I was induced with all 3 of mine. With my
Okay.
first, I had gestational diabetes. So
Okay.
they induced me at 39 weeks. And then with my second, my doctor was just like, you can decide. So
Yeah,
I was
since you already
induced.
were.
3rd time, I decided to be induced. Because he was born right around Thanksgiving. He was born the day before Thanksgiving. And so I didn't want a Thanksgiving baby. And my mother-in-law's birthday is like the following week. And so I was like, I don't want to have to deal with like them having the same birthday. Not that it's like the end of the world, but I just.
No, you don't want to share your day.
Yeah. And so I just was like, I'll be induced the day before Thanksgiving. I went in that morning and had him at like 6 p.m. So it was pretty quick. It was my fastest labor. And I went from a 6 to a 10 in like 20 minutes and
It's so crazy.
pushed like 3 times, and he came out. It's a joke. He like literally came shooting out. And
Like
so
just slid on out of there.
yeah,
with a little
so it was
push.
fun. And then my babies got to come and meet him. And the next day, being Thanksgiving, I was still in the hospital with Benny. So my husband took the other kids to Thanksgiving, and I stayed there, and it was just the best. Like, I love the hospital after having babies.
No, because they pamper you.
I
They're
know.
like, what do you need?
Well, and it was the best. I just got to like stay snuggled in
Snuggled.
bed all day and like eat M&Ms and watch Kardashians.
All day.
Yeah.
Do you want something so embarrassing? I still am so confused about the fact that Thanksgiving is on a different day
Every day.
year.
Well, Benny's birthday was on Thanksgiving, just barely.
Yeah. Like I thought Thanksgiving was on the 26th of November. No, it's the last Thursday of November.
Yeah, so he will have
Who came up with that?
I don't know. He'll have a Thanksgiving birthday every like 7 years or whatever it is.
I was literally 26 years old when I learned that.
That's okay.
It's because I never had to know when Thanksgiving was because it just happened. I didn't have to cook. I didn't have to do. I just showed up somewhere, and it was Thanksgiving. And then it kind of hit me. I'm like, wait a second. Sometimes it's not on the 26th.
I know. Well, it's funny because all of my kids' birthdays are holidays. England is the day before Valentine's Day. Hinckley is December 8th, so he's like Christmas. And then Benny's Thanksgiving. So my poor babies just have to like constantly share their birthdays.
February's not as bad though, because Valentine's Day, it like will make whoever she's with like step it up a little bit.
Totally.
Because do you celebrate Valentine's Day?
Yeah, I mean, now that I have kids, my husband makes a joke. He's like, you hate Valentine's Day. And I feel like I previously did just because I didn't see a point to it.
Made up holiday. I
don't know. It was just dumb. And then I had kids, and it's just like fun to make every holiday like so much more. So like I'll do like Valentine's basket and get them jammies. And
you're kind of an over top mom though.
I am like the laziest over the top mom you'll ever meet.
No, you are over the top. And you like are natural and like cook healthy things. And
no, we go to a lot of Chick-fil-A.
No, we live off of Chick-fil-A, Hunter. It's like bad. My kids don't eat vegetables.
My kids will eat vegetables. So
Okay,
like
well,
I'll go to
good.
Costco and get like a bunch of veggies and fruits and stuff, and they'll eat that. But it's so expensive to feed my family now.
Well, yeah, there's 5 of you.
Mm-hmm.
But Benny, you stopped breastfeeding at
literally like 2 days ago.
Yeah. And so is he eating like real food at all?
Yeah, he does.
Oh,
because he just turned 1, so he's been on solids for.
I cannot believe he's
6
1.
months. I know, it's crazy.
Well, what was crazy is I don't think I knew I was pregnant when you came on yet.
No, I think you did.
Or I had
just announced it like right before.
Yes.
So you were like barely. You were like 8 weeks, and then there's me. I'm just freaking
ready to pop.
Yeah.
But you're like cute pregnant. You want more kids, right?
Yeah, I think I want 2 more.
2 more.
Yeah.
Hunter, tell me how you're gonna survive. Tell me like what to do, because I think I'm gonna have 1 more, but I need
this is
a
new
pep
development.
talk. I need a pep talk.
Yeah, I don't know. So it took us 2 years to get pregnant with England, and then when we were thinking about trying to get pregnant with Hinckley, we were like, okay, well, it's gonna take at least 6 months. We're probably gonna have to do fertility stuff again. So we just started trying, got pregnant with him first try. And this is like right when everything shut down with COVID. So it was the worst time to be getting pregnant. But I had him, and I was nursing him. He's the one that I nursed the longest. He was 15 months. And I stopped nursing him on like a Saturday, and the following Wednesday found out I was pregnant with Benny. And he was a total surprise. Like, I don't want to say accident. He's the greatest thing ever.
Yeah.
But like, he was completely a surprise. We weren't trying at all, literally like one time. And so I'm like, that was so fast. So I had 3 babies like back to back to back, which I'm so grateful for, and I wouldn't change it. But it has been hard on me, especially because I was pregnant and nursing. And then I found out I was pregnant, and then I was nursing, and then I found out I was pregnant. So it's like, it's just been 6 years of that. And so I just want a second to be able to enjoy my babies in this stage, maybe get England off to kindergarten. Like, I don't think I want to get pregnant again until the end of this year, which even still seems so soon. I know, but Benny will be 2. So then I'll have a 3-year gap instead of under 2.
Because I think I don't want to start trying until Banks is 2.
Yeah, so I mean, that's me for Benny. But what's your gap in between your boys?
2.5 years.
Okay, so that's if I get pregnant towards the end of this year, I'm thinking it'll be like a 2.5, 3-year gap. And honestly, I might even not feel ready at the end of this year. Like, I'm totally not ready right now. We're actively preventing.
Yeah.
Like, do not let me get pregnant. I legit was having the craziest dreams this week. And so I took a pregnancy test because I was like, I better not be pregnant, because that's what happens to me. I like have crazy dreams. And so I took a test and I was like, oh my gosh, I'm so glad. Thank you.
I took a test yesterday and the day before because I still haven't started my period and they're negative.
Same.
I always think I'm pregnant.
Same.
My husband's like, we literally had sex once last year.
Yeah.
Just like, what are you talking about?
Oh, no. Well, as you know, we tried the pull and pray method, and that's what we got Benny. We got Benny out of that. So now we're doing different.
Yeah. It's funny though, because I feel like on social media, you're like this prim, proper, perfect, but you kind of have a sailor's mouth. Like, you are funny as fuck. You have a wild side to you, but you're so proper on Instagram.
I feel like I was thinking about that on the way here. I truly feel like I'm not that active on social media. And so that's probably why, like, when you saw me for the first time, you were like, whoa.
No, our first interaction, I'm like, wait, aren't you the one that dresses up your kids like super fancy and you don't own any camping clothes?
Yeah, no, literally. I feel like because I'm not super active and like I'm not constantly posting like on my feed.
Yeah, your day to day, your stories of your life.
I mean, I'll like post here and there, just whatever, but like I don't know. I feel like my approach to social media has been so different since having kids that I'm like trying to find a balance of how much to share and how little to share, you know?
For sure.
And I just feel like I, over the last couple of years, have just really been trying to discover who I actually am. And like, I just want to do that. I don't know. I spent so many years on social media back in the day where it was like constantly oversharing, constantly like looking for validation and, you know, all of those things. And now I'm just like realizing I don't need to do that. I don't need everybody to know my personal business. I don't need everybody to know me or my kids.
It's good to have boundaries.
Exactly. And so I'm like, there's not really, like, every once in a while I'll post something. Like, I think there was a TV show, like, oh, it was A Million Little Things. Did you watch that?
No.
So I watched it with my husband. And
I heard it's sad.
The finale, yes, it's so sad. No spoilers, but like, I was sobbing. And so I took a picture of myself and posted it on Instagram, and all my caption just said, like, at ABC, A Million Little Things, what the fuck? And so many people messaged me. They were like, what is this site? I've never seen this side of you. And I'm like, oh, sis.
If you only knew.
Yeah, come in my car or my house for like 2 seconds.
Because even Jordan, your cousin who came on the podcast, she was the trasher. Yeah. She was like, we were talking about you, obviously, after we ended podcasting. We were saying how much we love you and how funny and like not wild, because you're not wild, but you are very like sarcastic and witty and you have that kind of vulgar side. Yeah. But nobody would know.
No.
Nobody would know.
And it's not like I'm doing it on purpose. Like, I'm not like trying to portray myself in a different way. I just feel like I just don't
doesn't come
share
up.
Like, it doesn't, like, I don't know. I don't need to like.
You don't need to be saying the F word all the time.
Yeah. So, I mean, and honestly, like, it comes up when I'm having conversation like over text or like if I see someone in person and we're catching up and shooting the shit, like, you know what I mean? It's just not something that over social media, I feel like translates.
I'm the same way too. Like, people hear me the way I talk on here and they're like, you talk like that in front of your kids? And I'm like, no, like, I'm not.
Oh, absolutely not.
Like, no.
See, the funny thing is
certain people bring it out of you.
Right. And my kids, anytime that they swear, it's because my husband says it around them and not because of me, because
like, I'm perfect.
I'm around them all the
day.
Time. And so I know when to turn it off, and like when I'm with people that I feel safe with and you know, joke around, I do. But my husband comes home from work and like he's been with adults all day, so like it comes out of his mouth, and so then my kids start saying it.
Like, cool.
I was really worried that Hinkley was going to go to school on the first day of school and start swearing.
You're like, awesome.
Luckily he hasn't. So
is he literally in preschool?
Yes.
Brooks is going to start preschool next year. How's that been, having 2 kids out of the house for a minute?
Amazing.
I'm excited.
So England was over 3 when I put her in preschool, because
that's how Brooks will be.
For some reason I was just like, oh, she's my baby, don't go to school. Sure. I'm so sad about it. But Hinkley, he went when he was 2.5, so he went last year.
Oh yeah.
Right? Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, last fall would have been his first year.
Yeah.
And he was just ready. I feel like because I had already had a preschooler, I was kind of like, you guys just go, it'll be fun, like you'll interact with each other, you'll have friends. Like Hinkley's such like a social, I don't even know how to explain him. He's just like a boy's boy. He loves friends. He's super crazy and active. And so I knew it would be good for him. Whereas England at 2.5, I don't feel like she was quite ready. And I had just had Hinkley. And so it was like I had 2 babies. Whereas now I feel like they go together, they walk in together, they hold hands. It's fun. It's cute. And then I get to go home and put Benny to sleep for 2 hours. And I either like will get work done or just literally lay on the couch and do nothing. It's amazing.
No, that it's much needed.
Yeah.
It's much needed. And you do photography for those who don't know. Yeah. You do photography and then you do social media. Obviously you say you're not as active, but like that's still kind of a job to you.
Yeah. Like, I mean, it's not like I have a bunch of friends who like do that full time. Yeah. They have retired their husbands. Like I don't think I'm ever going to get to that point. I'll share brands and do brand deals with people that I like genuinely love and use. Like Tony's is a huge one that I've done several times. And like people will comment and be like, do you have a Tony's code? And, you know, so it's like I'll keep doing those because it's like a genuine partnership that I have. I don't make a ton of money through social media, but it's, you know, anything is fun. Nice. It's supplemental and it's nice to have the ability to make that income through that. But I would definitely say that most of my personal income is through photography. Yeah.
When's your busiest season?
It probably ramps up in like May through November.
But you don't do weddings.
No, I did for a long time, but then I had kids and I was like, this is too hard.
Yeah, it's a lot. Yeah. It's like an all-day event.
Yeah, England was like 9 months old and I had one and I just had to keep going out to my car to pump because I was there all day. Yeah. Like I'm at the temple in the morning. They have like a small break so I like could go run through Jersey Mike's and get a sandwich and pump as I'm driving. Yeah. And it was just too hard. It was hard to be away from her. And honestly, the money wasn't good enough. And I could work less shooting families and make the same. It's hard. It's a hard market to be in Utah, especially because it's so saturated. The budgets aren't very high. For me, I felt like I was shooting the same thing. And, you know, like I was so grateful for that time that I was able to do that because it got my husband and I through college. Like when we first got married, I was shooting 3 weddings a week and it was crazy, but it just got to a point where I was like, I can't do this anymore. My health is suffering. My family's suffering. I'm away too much. And so I made the transition over to families. And so now that's just
and you're so good at it.
What I do. Thank you. I need to do some pictures for you.
You need to do make my kids smile in pictures.
Oh yeah.
It's like the hardest thing taking pictures with kids. Yeah. Every photographer, props to them because I would lose my mind. I'd be like, smile at the freaking camera.
Well, it's easier when it's not your kids.
I guess
you're
that's
not
true.
Trying.
Like, I guess that's true.
For me, I feel like I'm able to get like good smiles and whatever of other people's kids. Whereas like when I'm taking pictures of my kids, it's a nightmare.
No, it's a nightmare. I don't think I've ever left family pictures happy.
Yeah. Yeah, no.
I always leave like I'm sweating. The bottom of my hair is curly and sweaty and crunchy. Yep. My makeup looks horrible because my kids have been like touching my face all over the place. And I'm just fuming with rage because I don't think we got a single good
Skittles
picture.
down their shirt.
Oh yeah.
Tear marks.
I'm like, can you edit out the photos where they're playing with their toys so we can make them smile?
At least it's not binkies.
No, I had that problem too.
My kids legitimately, I think in like 4 family photos, England and Hinkley had a binky.
Does Hinkley still have a binky? Because Brooks still has a binky.
Yep. And I'm not taking it away from him until someone tells me I literally have to.
I have
people
a rule.
Probably will now.
I know people will come after us. But like as long as like your dentist says it's fine, like it's fine. Like my dentist checked Brooks's teeth and was like, I mean, he'll need braces. I'm like, well, he's gonna need braces regardless, so fuck it. But binkies in my house, we say at 4, binkies no more.
Okay, so England was 4 when we took hers
that's
away.
When Bentley was.
That's literally so terrible.
Bentley was 4 too. The binky fairy came.
Okay, but we tried that so many times.
But it only worked when she was 4.
No, it didn't work for England. I just had to literally take it out of her hands, like. And you know what was hard is that Hinkley was still
so he had
still
his
had
binkies.
One. So I took him away from her, and then we hit like a really bad regression. She had like a little cyst in her face that we had to get taken out, and I was like holding her down at the dermatologist, and then I just shoved Hinkley's binky in her mouth, and so we had a regression. She wanted it back, and then we like.
What's your go-to binky?
Just the stupid hospital ones.
Oh,
those are the ones that my kids want.
Those are the ones they like. The one where you put your finger in it.
Yes,
the green one.
So England would take like the cute ones, like the Ryan and Rose. It's literally the same binky, but it was just cute. Whereas Hinkley now legitimately will not take anything other than the green one.
See, my kids are obsessed with bibs, binkies.
Yeah. See, mine gagged every time I went to put them in their mouth.
Oh, I'm 3 for 3. 3 for 3. All 3 of my kids are obsessed.
Really?
If anybody wants to get them, you can get them at experimentlove.com. Use code WEEKLYTRASH for a discount. But
or you could just go to Amazon and get the ugly green ones for $4.
no, I think the bib binkies are better for their teeth, though.
Oh, I'm sure.
So, like, I guess it doesn't
My
matter because
kids-
they're gonna need
but here's the
braces
thing.
anyways.
England had binky teeth, but then
But
I
it got
took it
better.
away and now it's fine.
That's how Bentley
Hinkley
is.
has binky teeth. Once I take it away, it's gonna be fine. Like,
I hope that's how Brooks is.
no, it's fine. They'll be good. And then Benny doesn't take one.
Oh, really?
Yeah, he sucks on his fingers, but that's it.
That's kind of nice that like he can self-soothe.
Yeah.
Because I think that's why I don't get any sleep is because every single kid, when their binky falls out, they wake up and cry.
Just still.
None of my kids sleep, Hunter.
Okay, well, but England was awful for a long time, so I feel you.
Brooks, he is 3 fucking years old. He still wakes up when his binky falls out. And he screams for me to come help him find it. No.
Yeah,
No,
see,
no, no.
that's
He's
hard.
in
I
a
feel
bed.
like when they're in a crib, you can just throw a shitload in there, but
Yeah.
then it's like
No,
when
he
they're
has,
in
like,
a bed,
big
they
boy bed.
fall off.
Well, and it's a full-size bed, so it's like big.
Oh, yeah.
And he has like a big comforter. Maybe I should just like give him one big blanket and not a comforter.
Just clip it on.
He doesn't want
He
clips.
won't?
He wants, and it has to be a
The same-
certain one.
yeah.
He has a glow in the dark binky.
Cool.
So yeah, binkies are, we like
Life.
binkies. Binkies are life.
Honestly, for me, I'm like, if it gives me my sanity,
Yeah.
like even Hinkley, sometimes like now that he's older, if he doesn't need it, I don't give it to him.
Yeah.
But like if he fell down the stairs or scraped his leg or like it's
soothing.
grumpy in the afternoon after school and has had a long day, like I'll give it to him and let him lay down and watch a movie. Like it's not worth it to me to like have a screaming child.
Well, are you a blankie girl? Do you have a blankie?
I don't, but
I'm a blankie girl. So I
yeah.
just think about if somebody were to take my blankie away, I'd fucking clock him in the face.
Yeah.
So I'm like,
Yeah,
I have to respect the binky.
Well, it's hard because like all my kids have been so different. Like I said, England, the last time I was on, so when I was pregnant until Benny was like 6 months old, England was waking up like 4 times a night screaming bloody murder, night terrors. Wouldn't go back to sleep.
Bentley's been having night terrors.
Yeah, awful. Like so
There's
bad.
nothing you can do.
It literally got to a point where I took her to the doctor because I was like, something is wrong.
Yeah.
And they were like, no, nothing's wrong. You can just give her 5 milligrams of melatonin every night. So I
That's what we do.
did, but then it made it worse. So I stopped giving her melatonin altogether and it like cured it.
Really?
Yeah. So try that.
Bentley's been going through episodes and they're the craziest thing because they're like asleep. And Caleb has like sleepwalking issues.
So does my husband. Well, not
Like,
sleepwalking. He does, but he
literally sleep talks, sleepwalks.
Last night,
sleep
get
pees.
this. Last night, he literally said this.
Did you record it?
No.
You should
I
have.
texted him. I got home super late because I was with a friend and he was in bed. Oh my gosh. What is happening? He said, copyright is copyright. It's all the same. I'm like, what?
Copyright is copyright.
This
It's
is
all
at
the same.
1 a.m. I'm like, are you good?
What does he do for work again?
Finance?
Okay, so that like fits a little.
Boring is boring. So it's
Boring.
like, whatever. But I'm like,
Copyright is
I was
copyright.
laughing because I'm like, what the heck? Like the weirdest conversation
Oh my
to
gosh,
have with yourself.
That's so funny.
So yeah, we did have the night terrors and it was awful because she would finally get to a point where she would go back to sleep and then Benny would wake up needing to nurse. And so I like didn't sleep
No
for
sleep.
6 months.
No
Yeah,
sleep. That's kind of where I'm
horrible.
at right now.
It's horrible.
Kind of sucks. Another thing we talked about when you were on last time is your faith crisis.
Yes.
A little bit.
Yes.
Where are you at now with that?
I am in a very comfortable place.
Because like you said, you've been trying to figure yourself out personally.
Yeah. Yeah. It's been a long time. And I think that surprises a lot of people. But for me, it was like, it started shortly after we got married that I started like having questions and not knowing things and being uncomfortable with that. And I feel like now within the last, when I was pregnant with Hinkley, I had really bad prenatal anxiety and it like caused a lot of like thinking and whatever. And I just remember having like panic attacks and, feeling like I didn't understand any of it. And so I was just confused. And so I would say since having Hinkley, I like really have started to try to figure it out, which I'm nowhere near figuring it out, but I'm in a good spot with where like I'm comfortable with where I am.
Yeah.
Whereas like I couldn't say that a couple of years ago. I'm comfortable with the unknowing, and I'm comfortable with the fact that it can change.
Yeah.
And you know, I mean, I feel like that's so vague, but
No,
you can
how-
ask more questions. But
Well, like how, because I remember last time we kind of spoke about it, like your husband was very supportive of letting you
Yeah.
like figure things out for yourself.
yeah,
Is that still like the case? Like,
Yeah.
are you guys still on this? Is he on the same page as you now, or
no. We're different. I mean, we have people in our neighborhood that texted us a couple of weeks ago. They are like Hinckley's primary teachers.
Yeah. Because do you
And-
go to church?
So I don't.
Okay. So he takes the kids.
Sometimes if the kids
Okay.
want to go, yeah. They texted in a group chat saying, "Hey, we're Hinckley's new primary teachers. We'd love to come and meet him. Let us know when a good time is." And so I was like, you know what? I'm not going to skirt around this. I want to be upfront. And so
Yeah.
I messaged them back and I just said, "Hey, it's so good to hear from you. We're a mixed faith household and we're navigating that with young kids, but we would love for you to come over and meet Hinckley so that he knows you if he chooses to come to church with Mitchell."
I love that.
And I was so scared because it took him like 30 minutes to respond
You're
after
just
that.
sitting
And
there
I'm
sweating.
like, oh, damn, they're not going to
Or
respond.
if you can see the typing and then it stops, and then the typing and
I
then it
know.
stops. And you're
I was like, shoot, they're not going to respond. But at least I'm like being forthright and
Yeah.
honest.
yeah.
And they responded and were like, "Sounds awesome. We'll be there in 2 minutes." And they came over and we had conversation. And it turns out that they had kids our age that we went to high school with. Like,
no way.
I knew their son in high school growing up. And
Oh, so they were older.
yeah, they're older. And they showed me a family photo, and I'm not like, I don't want to like put this out there and make assumptions, but it looked like their family was mixed faith. And so it made me feel safe in the fact that
Yeah.
I was like, here's where I am up front. And then they received me well.
Yeah.
So I feel like truly that's been the biggest change for me in the last, honestly, year, is that I have accepted myself where I am. So I'm comfortable like being that around
Yeah.
people. And, you know, like I had a really great conversation with my mom last summer, and it took a long time. It took like 3 years for me to be comfortable
Yeah.
having that conversation with her. But I was open with her, and it was emotional, of course. But like at the end of the day, my mom is my mom, and she only wants to love and care for me. And she has even said multiple times since then, like, our relationship is way more important to me than any expectation that I
Yeah.
would have of you and what you are or are not doing.
Yeah.
And I'm really grateful that I was just received that way. I haven't necessarily had the conversation with my dad, but it takes a dummy,
Yeah. Like,
you know? And even though I haven't had that conversation with him, we have had several interactions where he will say something to me and be like, "Hey, I know where you are. I know where you're struggling. I just want you to know that I'm a safe place. I want to be here for you, and I love you, and I'm proud of you." And that's all I need.
Yeah.
Because for so long, like the reason I didn't ever have the conversation or open up to anyone was I was scared
Yeah.
of how I would be received. You like have this, I mean, it's like a coming out.
Yeah.
Conversation
your whole
in a
life
way.
is planned out to be a certain way. And you
Yes.
decide to take a little
Yes.
step out of that plan.
Yes. Well, and it's so hard also because I'm surrounded by people who are still
Very active.
very active and very in, and I want to respect them, but I also would love that same respect
Yes.
back. And I'm very, very grateful. I know it's not everybody's same experience.
Yeah.
I'm very grateful that I've been received well. I actually had the conversation with my in-laws very first, like a year before I talked to my parents.
Oh, really?
And it just kind of sort of came up naturally. And I just like explained where I was. And my mother-in-law was like, "This doesn't make us think any less of you. Like that we
Yeah.
don't love you any less because of the way that you feel." And I think that's someone's biggest fear when going into any sort of transition or whatever. I don't even know what to call it, because to me it's like, I mean, I did transition and I have transitioned, but it's still so much a part of me.
You're
and
still the
it's-
same person.
Exactly. And my husband still believes and goes. I mean, I'm not going to speak for him, but he's, you know, he does what he feels comfortable with, and I respect that, and vice versa. And when it comes to our kids, it's kind of complicated because I feel a certain way and Mitchell feels a certain way. And like, we are very aligned when it comes to a lot of things. But he'll take them to church if they want to go.
Yeah.
And, you know, we'll have to have those conversations as our kids get older. But I'm very grateful that I have a partner who respects where I am. He's always been this way. Like, even before we had kids, when I very first started struggling with it, he was always just my biggest advocate. And he was the one that was like, you know what? I don't care. You do you. I mean, not he doesn't care, but
right.
like,
but he's not going to force anything
No.
on you spiritually. It's
Exactly.
your spiritual journey.
And we still have conversations all the time. Like, we had a date night a couple of weeks ago, and I was like, I explained to him how I felt about some, like, a topic, and he was like, yeah, I understand how you feel. And I don't know, it's definitely hard because I am a minority when it comes to like the people that I'm surrounded by. And that's hard because I have to let go of that, like, oh, well, everyone around me believes this way and I'm the bad one, whatever. But like, I don't know.
But I don't think they feel that. Maybe some people do. That's the other thing I've noticed is people who are very confident in who they are and they're happy in their life, they don't care if someone's Mormon or not.
Yeah. Well, and that's really what I have come to realize also is that like, there's so much more to a person. And there's like, now that I have kids, it's like, there's so much more to life to me personally. And I want to be a good person and a good mom and a good example and a loving friend and kind and generous because that's the right thing to do. Yeah. Not because there's an expectation of me and I have to do certain things a certain way. And I want my kids to feel safe and know that no matter what they do or how they think or how they believe, that I will still love them. Like I think growing up here, you all believe the same thing. Like, I truly did not know that there were churches outside of the Mormon church until I was probably 10.
Okay, yeah, same.
Like, I mean, that's not that old, but still, like, to not know. Like, my daughter, our next door neighbor is, I believe there's some sort of, they're like Catholic or something. I don't know. I should ask. But we talk about they don't celebrate Halloween. And England asked me why they don't celebrate Halloween and what they do celebrate. And I said, you know, that's just their religion. And how Nana believes is what she wants to believe, and how so-and-so believes is how they believe. And they all are okay to believe that. And that's, it's been really healing for me to have those conversations with my kids because I feel like growing up, there was no other option.
Yeah.
And that has nothing to do with like my parents or anything. It's just I lived here.
Yeah, it's the culture.
There was nothing else. Yeah. And so it was very much, this is the way, this is what you do, period. And now, like, when I got older, it was like, that doesn't feel right to me. It feels like I want to be able to have my own opinions and form my own thoughts. And I want my children to be able to have that and be able to experience things in a certain way. And I want my daughter to know Jesus because she's figured it out by herself. Like, I don't have that still to this day. I couldn't tell you. Like, I don't have a relationship with any form of deity because I'm just confused because I don't know. I'm getting so deep into this, but it's just but
I think there's a lot of people that feel this way.
Yeah. Like, to me, it's just so confusing because I don't connect with that in the way that I always grew up being told to connect to it. And like, I want to. Yeah. I really do. I want to have a relationship with a God and I want to believe in things, but I never was able to have any sort of different opinion or different thought. And so now I'm trying to figure that out. And yourself. And like I said, having kids has been good and complicated because like my daughter, when we were talking about Cooper's your brother who passed away. She'll ask questions, like really deep questions, like, Mom, do we really go to heaven? Or what do we get to take with us? And my answer to that is I don't know. And as uncomfortable as that is to me and uncomfortable as that might sound to other people, it's been really freeing to say to my child, I don't know. What do you think? Let's talk about it. Let's, like, what do you want to believe? I think that's perfectly okay for you to believe that. And I also think it's perfectly okay for Dad to think this way and Nana to think this way and Hinkley to think this way, you know, like
Yeah.
I just think that it's to be open-minded and to allow people to experience life the way that they're going to is the best way to go. And
Absolutely.
I really feel like at the end of the day, no one knows. No
Yeah.
one knows anything. And so as like oxymoron as that sounds, it like is comforting to me in a way that like nobody knows. I'm going to focus on right now and being a good mom and being a good wife and being a good friend. And if I die and it's black, then I did my best. And if I die and it's not, then that's amazing. You know, like
Yeah.
I'm still trying to figure it out. There's so much of it that I don't understand, but it's not like a certain thing about it that bugs me. It's just like
You're figuring it out.
I'm just figuring it out.
Well, and I think that says a lot about your level of like maturity between you and your husband, that like you both can believe different things and be together. I think
Right.
people think that can't exist.
No,
they're like,
totally.
there's no way you can coexist. And my parents, my mom's
Right.
LDS, my dad's not. I grew up in a family that one believed, one didn't, and I saw it work. So
Yeah.
it can work. And I think there needs to be more relationships like that.
And I think there are. I think there will be more. As I just think that people believe differently regardless. Like even if you are both in the church or both out of the church, you're going to believe different things.
Yeah.
You're going to believe, you know, some person might say the sky is blue and someone might say it's aqua. You know, like it just
depends.
I think our earth experience is so individual, but it's impacted by everyone.
Absolutely.
And so I've just come to realize that like I don't know anything.
And it's okay not to know.
It's super uncomfortable, but it's
For sure.
I am comfortable with the uncomfortability.
Being comfortable with the uncomfortability.
So
I love that. Well, I'm glad that you are at that point now, because I remember last time you were still like,
I feel
I don't
like I
know.
was there. I just wasn't ready to talk about it. I
Yeah.
think I personally feel like I don't say much about it. I mean, I have here and there, but I'm worried about the judgment. I'm worried about people's opinions. It's such a personal thing.
yes.
And I don't want to be criticized for the way that I believe. And I feel like that's why sort of at the beginning of this, I was skirting around it and like not sure what to say. Because even before I came, my sister was like, well, how are you going to respond to that question?
Yeah.
And I'm like, I don't know. And she's like, well, just be short and sweet. And I'm like, yes, but it's so hard because it's so much a part of me. It consumes my every thought every day. Because I'm still, there's this part of me that's like, I'm a failure. I failed because I don't believe in X, Y, and Z. And it's hard, but I like am in a very good place and I'm comfortable with who I am. And I'm also comfortable with the fact that my thoughts can expand. And maybe in 3 years, who knows? Like maybe I'll believe in God one day or maybe I won't. And, you know, like it's fine. And I don't know. It's hard, but
It's hard.
it's really hard.
But I think so many people feel this way.
Yeah. I just think for me, it's like I didn't want to talk about it a year ago because the conversation with my family members was so fresh. And I mean, I still am worried that like my mom's going to listen to this and be like, well, I failed. Because that was part of the conversation with my mom. I said, Mom, I feel like a failure because I
failed you.
Yes. And I never want to be a disappointment.
Yeah.
And yet I feel like I am because I don't believe the same thing that maybe I once did, or maybe I just always sort of followed the status quo.
You were a good kid.
Like I just followed it because that's what I did. And I wanted to be this picture perfect Mormon girl who marries her missionary, and then life came crashing down. And it's hard. Like I had hardships after we got married. It was really hard. Like personally, our marriage wasn't hard. It was just like shit hit the fan for me. And I was grieving the loss of my brother, and I had really awful self-esteem, and I was dealing with all of the ramifications of that and trying to get pregnant and watching everyone my age getting pregnant and being so angry and mad at God, and then realizing that I don't even know if I believe in a God that's up there that's using his little
and
puppet.
Controlling everything.
And like I still don't know what I believe about that, but like back then I was just mad and I was angry and I was a shell of a human. Like I look back at that time and I'm like, I don't like the person that I was when I was angry and trying to figure it out. And I like the person that I am now because I'm okay. Like I'm totally good. We've made it through that. My husband and I are like very secure in where we are. And like I said, he might believe differently, but so do you.
Yeah.
So I don't know. It's tricky, and I'm scared that people are going to give me shit for all of this. But
no, I don't think so. And if they do, I think that says way more about them than it does you. Yeah. I think it's refreshing to hear people be able to openly say that they don't know. Yeah. They don't know if they believe in God. Yeah. Like, and that's so scary to say, especially where we live.
Right. I think for me, it was when my grandma passed away. It's been almost 3 years. So like really being pregnant with Hinkley and then having Hinkley was really transformative for me for some reason, because I allowed myself to go to that place where I remember feeling like grandma died and she's gone and it's black. I allowed myself to feel that. Whereas before it was always, oh, they're in a better place. Their spirit is in heaven. It lives on, blah, 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 blah. And for some reason, like my brother was like, but does that not make you uncomfortable? And I'm like, no. The thought of it being black, yes, it like scares me. It gives me anxiety to think about never seeing my kids again or never seeing my grandma again. But opening my mind to the possibility of that has been freeing.
And if it's freeing for you, that's all that matters.
Exactly.
Because for me,
it scares the shit out of you.
That wouldn't be freeing. I would hate. No, like I want to believe what I want to believe. And it goes back to that argument of we all can believe in different things.
Totally. Well, do I want to believe that there's something more than this? Absolutely. But can I fathom it with my mind where it is right now? Not really. But do I believe that will change? Absolutely. Can I see myself one day being like, no, like there's so much more than just this. Totally. Like I want to believe that. I truly, truly do. And I think that I have had experiences in my life. Like I knew that Hinkley was Hinkley before I got pregnant with him. I could feel him. I knew he was coming. I could feel his demeanor. I could sense him. And I feel like I have had experiences since my brother died where I have felt him as well. And I have to somehow make sense of that because there's the before and there's the after. So maybe there is, but maybe there's not. And I don't know. And if I think too hard about it, then I get a migraine. And
who needs a migraine?
You know what I mean? Yeah. So I don't know. I think the thing that I want people to know is like, it's okay to be uncomfortable. And don't judge me for being uncomfortable and thinking differently than you. And
if they're judging you, they're listening to the wrong podcast.
Also, sorry, Mom.
Sorry.
I'm really sorry, Mom. No, it's hard. It's hard to feel like a failure in anything, and especially something like this where you just grew up putting so much stock in it, and it's hard.
It is hard. But thanks for sharing it.
Yeah.
I think it'll resonate with a lot of people. Yeah. But now it's time to take out trash.
Yeah.
Personal Trash is brought to you by the Studio in Draper. The Studio in Draper is a venue for weddings, parties, corporate events, anything in between. It is the old Draper High School that was originally constructed in 1912 and serves as a historic landmark for the Draper community. Over the years, it has undergone various transformations and was restored in 2016. The building's features have exposed brick, original floors, and elegant finishes. I had my weekly trash party there, so if you went, you saw it firsthand how open, functional, and pretty the space is. Not only that, but they have all the table, chair, and linen rentals that you need, and will work with you to make sure the space is equipped with your wants and needs to make it ideal for whatever event you are having, company party, wedding, a fun birthday, or anything in between. So go follow the Studio Draper on Instagram and head on over to thestudiodraper.com to book your next event. Trash Tropican is sponsored by DREAMLANDBABY. None of my babies have been the best sleepers. With my first baby, Bentley, I tried everything. A friend recommended DREAMLANDBABY's weighted sleep sack, so out of pure desperation, I ordered it, and I can honestly say out of every sleep sack and swaddle I tried, DREAMLANDBABY helped me give me the most sleep, and that's all I could ask for. So I was so excited when they gave me a code because I have been using that same sleep sack for over 3 years with all 3 of my babies. So it's been through the ringer between spit up, blowouts, multiple wash cycles. It is still kicking. Okay. And I'm so excited to add another one to the rotation. I ordered their Dream Weighted Transition Swaddle since Banks is no longer in a swaddle anymore, but still likes to feel snuggled a little bit. And he's been loving it. I've been using it for the past 3-ish weeks. And so far, so good. Every time he spits up and I have to put it in the wash and I have to use a different swaddle, I can truly see the difference. It is so crazy how the littlest things can make the difference in sleep. And I love it. So if you wanted to try one of the weighted sleep sacks, you can go to DREAMLANDBABYCO.com and use code WEEKLYTRASH for an exclusive 15% off your order. Now that we did our little mini dumpster deep dive and kind of, freshened up where we left off last year. That's so crazy.
No, it's literally been over a
No,
year.
2 years, because that was 2020. No, because I haven't been podcasting for 2 years. So just kidding. It was
the end of 2022. So it's been like a year and a couple months.
Yeah. So, but that's so crazy still. Time is so weird. Time is so weird.
I know.
But
I was blonde last time I was here.
You still are blonde to me.
But I know,
I'm so dark that I'm like, you're blonde.
Here's the thing.
You're
I'm
blonde.
like stuck in this like, oh, do I keep this or do I go back?
No, I love it.
I love it.
I love it. My friend Sydney has hair like that now too, and I love it. I think it makes you look tanner.
Okay.
I
have an appointment tomorrow, and I'm gonna tone it again, so it'll be like a little darker because I feel like it needs to be blended. But I keep going back and forth. I'm like, okay, so at the end of winter, do I go back blonde or do I stay? So maybe let me know in the comments.
Yeah. So like your personal trash is, should you be blonde?
Yeah. Also, that my son is like kind of potty trained, but not really.
Okay, and but in preschool, doesn't he have to be potty trained?
No, not where he goes. He can be in a diaper.
Nice.
Yeah, that's why I sent him.
Because I need to potty train Brooks, but we're going to Disneyland next week.
Yeah, don't do it.
I'm like, no. You're gonna wear a diaper in Disneyland, 1,000%.
Well, Mitchell and I are talking about going to Disneyland in the next couple of months, and I'm like, oh crap! Like I started potty training, and he's like not 100% yet, and so I'm like, what do I do? Just like take him in a pull up, maybe.
Yeah. Have you been on a cruise?
No, but I want. Well, yes, I have, but not with our kids.
But yeah, because on a cruise, your kids have to be potty trained to get in the swim.
Pool. Yes, I know.
I'm like, oh,
yeah.
So we're never going on a cruise.
I know. Literally, you're always gonna have a non-potty trained baby.
But that's the thing. We all learn at some point.
I know. And honestly, I think my experience this time, I'm like, oh my gosh, why is he taking so long? It's so slow. But England literally potty trained in like 2 days.
Do you think it's a gender thing?
I think maybe, and just maybe their personalities. I don't know. Like England never had to wear pull-ups during the day, whereas Hinkley for sure does. Like I'm not sending him to school without a pull-up because he'll pee for sure. Or like this morning was the first time he pooped on his own. Like didn't make an announcement, didn't tell me that he needed to poop. He just literally went to the toilet and pooped by himself. And I was like,
you're a big boy.
Yeah, I'm like, wow, let's do that more often.
That is going to be such a weird feeling when you enter that phase of life where you have no more diapers.
Oh, I won't be in that phase of life for a long time.
I know, because you have 2 more kids that you want.
Yeah.
But like, just picture it.
I know.
No more diapers.
But that does not make you sad.
No, it does make me sad. And that's why I keep having babies.
I know. That's why part of me is like, I want to wait a longer time in between Benny and the next one.
Like, do I want a caboose?
I'm not done having kids. Like, I want to be able to still be in this phase of life.
No, and that's what it's like. Somebody asked me, they're like, how do I cope with missing the baby phase? I'm like, I have
another one.
I can't tell you because I just get pregnant.
I listened to that.
I literally just get pregnant.
Yeah.
Like there's no coping. There's no coping mechanism. I just get pregnant.
Yeah.
But I also want a tummy tuck. So like where do I finally draw the line and say, Josie, you actually don't want to be pregnant. You just love babies.
Yeah. Do you feel like you are going to have another one? Because this is
so.
Recent information. Because I've listened to the last few and you've been going back and forth.
I keep going back and forth. But I think I say yes because I'm at that point where I feel like once your baby turns like 7 months old, you're like, oh, you're not a baby anymore.
No, literally. I'm not baby hungry at all. But I look at Benny and I'm like, oh, I need another one.
Exactly. Like it's like they start to become bigger and you realize how fast time goes. And I'm like, okay, I know I hate being pregnant. I know I hate postpartum.
Yeah.
But I'm seeing how fast it's going with Banks. And I'm like,
I know.
I could do it again.
I
could do it again. Like you forget. You're like, I can do it again. But again,
you get really sick, don't you?
I get really sick.
Yeah. See, and I like get sort of sick. I've been sick with England and Benny, not with Hinkley, but I had a hemorrhage with him. So I'm glad I wasn't sick. But with Benny, I was probably the sickest, but I never threw up. So it's like.
But yeah, you just feel like garbage all day.
Yeah.
Yeah, pregnancy's rough on the body for sure.
Oh,
Even if you
do
don't
you feel
get
like your
sick.
third one was the hardest?
Actually, no. My first was by far my hardest pregnancy. But I get more tired after each one, which is why I thought I was pregnant because I'm so freaking tired right now. But I'm like, oh, it might be because I don't get any sleep. That might have a factor
probably got something
in
to do with it. I just feel like my third pregnancy was by far the hardest on my hips, my back.
Oh, my hips.
Like I was going to the chiropractor, shout out Movement Chiropractic.
Shout out Movement Chiropractors.
I literally was going 2 times a week at minimum. Yes, at minimum.
Wow.
Because it was just like he would push on like these points right here that like your body your belly pulls so much of you forward and so you're just off.
I've never been to a chiropractor.
Use my code.
What's your code?
I don't know. I think it's like Hunter50 or something.
When I played soccer, one of the dads of my teammates was a chiropractor. And so like he would like, what's it called when they
adjust you.
Adjust you. Yeah.
Oh, I went
but
today.
I've never been.
I go 2 times a week.
Okay.
And I take my kids.
Why are people scared of chiropractors?
Because it's scary. I mean, like to get your neck cracked, you're like,
I'm like,
it feels vulnerable.
I'm like, have you seen the TikToks?
Yes, it's not like that.
And they put the microphone and it's like,
have you seen the ones of the dogs?
People take their dogs to chiropractors?
Yes, there's like a veterinary chiropractor.
Okay. So
hilarious.
Anybody can scam anybody. No,
I know.
I'm just kidding. It probably works.
No, honestly, I have a testimony about chiropractic because I have migraines like horribly.
Yeah.
And it's a posture thing. I think it's mostly a hormone thing, but it's also a posture thing. And it's gotten so much better. I started going in September because I had a migraine for literally 7+ days. And
how are you alive?
Have to be.
Oh my gosh. I would die.
Awful.
I had my first migraine when I was pregnant with Banks.
I had my first one when I was in 2nd grade.
You're joking.
No. I had to go to the doctor and get like a shot.
So yeah, what do you do? Like what?
Well, when you're pregnant, you can't do anything.
Yeah.
When you're not pregnant, you can take like Excedrin. I finally got prescribed like actual headache meds.
Well, because caffeine's supposed to help, right?
Yeah.
So do you drink coffee?
Say. Yeah, I'll drink a coffee or like I'll get a Diet Dr. Pepper or whatever.
Yeah, super healthy. Just like something casual.
Just
like go to Swig really quick and get like a 12-gallon Dr. Pepper.
Yeah. I mean, we're all gonna die. So
what's the aspartame? Aspartame?
Aspartame. Yeah.
I don't drink sodas. I don't know anything.
Wait, you don't?
No, Hunter. I can't believe you don't know that about me.
No, I do. I think I did. I think
like my
you're
fun
a water
fact,
girl, but like
it's like my 2 truths and a lie. Like my lie is that I love soda.
I can't. I feel like I've always been a soda girl. Like my mom was a Diet Coke drinker. Like
so is my mom.
All growing up. And so for me, it's like
it runs deep.
Yeah, and it honestly, more than anything, is just like a comfort thing. I'm like, oh, slay! I need some bubbles down my throat.
Something to burn.
Yeah.
Do you like alcohol?
Yeah,
because that burns.
Yeah,
we should get drunk together.
We definitely should. Let's go to that rooftop.
I know you texted me and you were like, "Let's go to that rooftop." I haven't been drunk in like 4 years, 5, probably more than that actually.
Really?
Yeah, because I'm always with my children.
I wasn't open to it until I had the conversation with my mom. And then I finally was like, okay, I'm like being my true self.
So you drank for the first time?
Last summer.
And you got drunk?
No. I didn't get...
Have you ever been drunk yet?
Once. On New Year's.
And how did it feel?
Seriously, Mom, turn this off.
Seriously, Mom, turn this off.
So Mitchell doesn't drink at all.
Right.
No interest. Like, just whatever.
Yeah.
It was, I mean, I'm definitely more of just like a social, like,
yeah,
we went to this New Year's party with friends and I had a couple and like, you know, here and there. One time I actually, when Mitchell was out of town,
I'm getting hammered. My husband's gone.
No, literally. I took 3 shots and drank a cocktail and wrapped our Christmas presents. And the lines were crisp as hell. I don't know how.
This is the secret.
My world was spinning, but at least my lines were crisp.
Well, you know how to wrap. You're like a professional at like wrapping and decor and all those things.
I try really hard, but it like my mom is really good at that kind of stuff, and I just fall short every time. I'm like, it's never as good as Janelyn.
She's the best.
She's
the best. But yeah, we need to go to that rooftop.
Yeah,
we need a party. I think it'd be fun.
I don't feel like I've ever been hungover because I've always done it. Like I've always ate food as I'm drinking, or like I'll drink a lot of water just because I know, because I I have no desire to give myself a migraine.
Yeah.
So I like try to be careful about it. And I also just don't care to like get smashed. You know what I mean?
Well, that's why I don't drink. It's not necessarily because I like think it's
not
bad.
It's
or
not
anything.
a frequent thing
It's,
for me either.
I rather eat my calories.
Yeah, yeah.
I just think about like how bad it is for me, and I'm like,
totally.
I'd rather have a donut. I'd rather have a donut.
Yeah. I get that.
Okay, what other trash should we talk about? You told me earlier that you were going to go to Brandy Melville, and you didn't.
I know.
And you know what it made me think of is I went to Brandy Melville in Riverton for the first time.
Yeah, that's the one I was going to go to.
Have you been in it before?
No, I was going to go today, but canceled.
Okay, if the manager is listening, if the manager of Brandy Melville is listening, no. It's you walk in, the workers are 15. There's 30 of them.
Really relatable and stuff.
None of them are working.
Okay.
I kid you not. All 30 of them were behind the counter talking, texting, Snapchatting, eating chips. Like the most casual, like that store is not made for me. Because I was about to go full Karen on these children.
Yeah.
I was about to be like, you, fold those shirts. You, go to the dressing rooms. You, like, nobody was doing anything.
Yeah.
I can't go in there. It makes me angry. My blood boils.
I really want to get a sweat set.
Okay, the one size fits all sweat set.
Yeah, but does it really?
Well, I think now they have more options. I can't believe Brandy Melville isn't canceled, honestly.
Same. No,
like,
literally.
They're like, inclusivity says who?
Fits all size 0.
Yeah.
Like what?
You need to be 15
that
and you
would
be
fit over
tiny.
my left boob.
No, they're tank tops. I'm like, this could fit Bentley.
It would go to here.
Like what? What?
Yeah.
No, I hate Brandy Melville if anybody's listening and works there.
I wanted to go because
You're 12.
I have both of my brother's girlfriends have cute Brandy stuff, and I like want some cute basics. I feel like now that I'm done nursing and I'm not pregnant, I need to like stock up on new shirts.
Yeah.
And like I do want a sweat set because I feel like I want to look put together when I am.
Well, you're very like Hamptons vibes and like East Coast, and that is very Brandy.
Is it?
Well, just
I
like
feel like Brandy is just super coastal in general. It's like it like reminds me of Newport Beach.
Yes,
but still, it's like Newport Beach in the Hamptons.
I would say it's more Hampton than Newport. Really? I don't know. I feel like when I walked in there, the one in Riverton was giving more Hamptons than it was Newport.
Well, I need to go, but yeah, I just love like the casual sweater, the shirt, the cozy pants, like whatever. So I wanted to go there, and I was gonna go with my sister and my brother's girlfriends. 2 different brothers, 2 different girlfriends.
But I make that very clear.
I mean, you texted me and I was like, I'll just like, I'm canceling
schedule.
that.
Speaking of sweatshirts though.
I'm scared.
I have a gift for you.
You have a gift?
I have a gift for you, but last time I gave you this gift.
No, you gave me the green one and I still wear it.
I gave Hunter. I'm about to call you out so hard.
You gave me the pink one.
I gave Hunter the guest exclusive hoodie.
I'm so sorry.
And it showed up at, what was it?
Fucking Indie Clover.
Indie Clover. And somebody messaged me and was like, oh my gosh, one of your guest exclusive hoodies is at Indie Clover. And I'm like, who could have done that? What kind of bitch?
Me.
And it was Hunter.
It's me.
But it's because it doesn't fit your aesthetic. And I don't think this is going to fit your aesthetic.
I need you to know, I still wear the green one.
Listen. Here's the thing. I'm giving you this. Do not take it to Indie Clover.
I won't. I don't believe in Indie Clover anymore. I didn't make any money from that.
Oh, okay. Go to Hello Seconds. That one's much better. But you should definitely sell this to some person on eBay. If you decide to get rid of it, just sell it on eBay.
Why?
I'm sure there's a trasher out there that will buy it for $1.
Oh, it's cute.
Or you can wear it when you go camping and you have nothing to wear and it's a campfire and you just want something that you don't care about.
I'm gonna get so much shit for that. I feel really bad.
No, you
messaged me and were like, "Wait, that's the Trasher exclusive," and I was like,
"Oh yeah, of course I was gonna call you out."
I was like, "Wait, I didn't even think about it. I just like pulled a bunch of sweatshirts. Like I think I had like some Lonely Ghost ones.
Definitely was not your vibe, Hunter.
But I'm telling you, I kept the green one. I literally washed it today. Because I wore it.
I love it.
Just barely.
Well, there's this season's guest exclusive. And if it shows up at fucking Indie Clover,
you're going to kill me.
I'm going to cut your neck.
Okay. Well, it won't because I've learned my damn lesson. Okay. And
just that was by far the funniest thing ever.
All
that
my
was the
haters
funniest
are going
thing
to be
ever.
like, that's all she does. She just sells shit. I'm like, whatever.
No, I'm all about selling things. I'm actually going to have a booth at Hello Second soon because I have so many clothes that either don't fit me. Are they still
like in Linden?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
My sister-in-law started that. And then sold it. Yeah.
Oh, Hello Seconds?
Uh-huh.
Love. They're a sponsor of Weekly Trash. I
Yeah.
love them.
I know that.
And so I'm going to have a booth there.
So you should take this.
So no, because you're keeping it. You're
will keep
keeping it.
I'm keeping
You're
it.
going to keep it. You're going to frame it, or you're going to sell it on
frame
eBay,
it.
and we're going to see how much people will spend. We're going to see.
Okay, speaking of, you're going to die, because I know that you were in the Stanley group.
Yeah. And now I'm a hydro
now
girl.
we're hydro girlies. Okay, so I'm now a hydro girly because
So are you selling the Stanleys on eBay?
selling the Stanleys on a Stanley Facebook page. Guess how much I got for my light blue one?
Please tell me it's over $50.
$300.
Fuck yeah. I'm selling all my Stanleys.
Okay, I'm going to invite you to the Stanley.
Send me the link.
Yes, I'm going to invite you to it
link.
because I am aghast that someone spent $300.
Joking.
No.
You're joking.
No.
Straw included?
Straw included.
Oh, see, my straws are gross.
No, my straws are gross for sure.
I don't think anybody wants my
But
straws.
it's still included. They could buy new straws for literally $15.
That is disgusting that someone out there is spending $300 on a used Stanley.
I know. I mean, it was barely used, but yes.
Just like make it make sense.
No.
What?
I can't make it make sense. But I have to pay for my daughter's cavities somehow.
Somehow. That is absurd.
Insane.
Okay, yeah, invite me.
Okay.
Invite me. I need to
Because you
know.
probably have a bunch, don't you?
Oh, I have like 12.
Yeah. What colors do you
I
literally
have? I have like the
Citron?
Citron that's
I'm trying to
so
sell that one.
popular. I have a pink. I have a tan.
Yep.
I have a forest green.
No, you just
I
need
have
to
a
get on
black.
this page.
I have a white.
And you don't use them anymore.
No.
See, here's my problem.
My husband does love the Stanley. I think he
the
just
flip top.
I just think he likes that it has more of like a metal, like it's very like metal feeling.
Yeah. See, and this with kids is the only way to go.
No, this is the
because-
only.
Yes.
Here's the tutorial.
Yeah.
Use code WEEKLYTRASH or whatever code she has.
No,
Everyone
I
has
don't
a
have
code.
a code.
Oh, then use code WEEKLYTRASH to get this. I'll split the commission with you.
Yeah, literally.
No,
you keep
it's the best.
You keep it. I owe it to you for that sweatshirt.
Yeah, that was.
That's still back in my. It's back in my closet. I went and got it. I went and got it from the store, and
Nobody bought it.
No, I should've.
Rude. No, it's definitely a certain style. It's hot pink, lots of color. So your vibe.
Love it.
So your vibe.
This blue one's cute.
Okay. What other trash before we do Trasher's Trash do we need to discuss? Anything that happened this week? Do you watch Real Housewives of Salt Lake City?
So Mitchell is an avid watcher. I watch it with
He
him.
is.
Yeah, he's like very into like the Bachelor franchise, Lost.
Love.
What's
love.
the other one?
Like Love Island?
No, he doesn't watch Love Island, but he does watch Real Housewives. And he's caught up. I watched like the last week. I think tonight is when it airs for us because we don't have like
You
the
don't have
same
Xfinity?
day. No.
Yeah, I have Xfinity and they fucking suck. Last night it was taking forever to
Oh,
load
I
my
saw that on
internet.
your stories. That sucks.
But I finally got to it.
Yeah, so we need to watch it tonight. I'm curious to see how it all goes, but
I don't want to spoil anything.
Yeah,
All I'm going to
don't.
say is just like they need to add somebody
whose
to the
team
group.
are you on?
Here's the thing. Monica follows me on Instagram.
So we're Team Monica.
So like I love her,
Mhm.
okay? But I was hoping that we would see a more like softer side of
Right.
her. She was definitely very defensive.
We love her, but she still did everybody dirty.
Yeah, she's just very defensive about it, which I think that's
See, and I didn't watch the whole season. I've only
Okay.
mostly watched the reunion.
I just think
have,
she
like, no
has I think
context.
she has a lot of trauma that she has to work through with her
Don't we all?
mom, with working with Jen, with her religion, with her divorce,
affair.
with her affairs. Like she just has a lot. She has a
Uh-huh.
lot. And I just think she needs like a good breath work session.
I think I
Or
need
like
that.
ayahuasca.
I was just gonna
Yeah.
say that.
Yeah.
I'm like, I need that.
Yeah.
Or ketamine.
Yes,
Sign me up.
Monica, do a sponsorship with some ketamine place.
Yeah.
Like I think that'd be good for her. I
Mhm.
think that'd be good for her.
Maybe I will see God if I do that.
Yeah, you'll be like Demi and you'll see.
Yeah, no,
you'll
I
see
was
God.
talking to Demi about it.
Yeah.
the other day. Yeah,
It was the greatest thing that ever happened to her.
I know. I need
She
to
loved
go.
it. So yeah, I think she needs some ketamine. That's what I'll say.
Yeah. Other than that, no, I haven't watched that yet. I'm gonna watch it tonight. I'm looking at my camera roll right now. My kids
I know that's
were
how you find
in
things.
a photo shoot for Gather, which
Ooh,
was really
cute.
Yeah.
I use the tiny gather mats for changing.
Oh, that's so
mats.
funny. I don't love those, but I use the big ones. And
See the big ones. I'm like, what do you use that for?
I put them down. Except, I mean, you have dogs. I put
Yeah.
them down on
Oh
my
yeah,
rug.
you've got a dog.
Yeah, which I want to die.
You're not a dog girl.
No.
Why'd you get a dog?
My husband.
Okay.
My England loves it too. England's an animal person. Mitchell's an animal person. He grew up with a Portuguese water dog, and someone that we knew was selling Portuguese water dogs. I messaged them because I knew that it would make my husband's life if we got a Portuguese water dog. So I messaged them. I was like, hey, are these available?
Yeah.
And he was like, yeah. And because you're such a good friend, I shot their wedding. He was like, we'll give you $1,000 off. And so I went to Mitchell, and he was like, we can't say no to that. And I was like, unfortunately, you're correct, but I still hate having a dog.
What'd you name? Is
Duke.
it a boy? Yeah,
yes,
Duke.
And it's because my husband is a huge Duke fan. So
go Dukes.
Yeah.
Go Duke. Yeah, you're a dog mom.
Yeah.
Wild.
So I put them like on my rug. I put them under high chairs.
And that's the gather is where your dog will sit?
No, he has I just put it there so in case he like barfs or gross paws or whatever.
Okay.
I'm trying to think where else I use them. Like I'll put them down if my kids want to eat a snack on the ground.
That's smart. See, I just put a blanket down.
Almost same, but
gather mats are more, I mean, leather is just better.
Nice
you just
to
wipe it off. That's why I have a leather couch. You have a white couch.
I put blankets on it.
Why even buy the white couch?
I don't know. Honestly, I probably should have done like a blue. I should have done the reverse because I have a white couch with blue piping. I should have done the blue with white piping, but it's fine.
It's fine. It happened. And it's still kicking?
Yeah. I had it cleaned not too long ago because my kids are disgusting.
Same.
And it literally looks back to normal, so I just covered it with blankets and call it a day.
Okay.
And then other than potty training, my kids have been a little sick, which who hasn't?
Everybody and their dog.
And that's it. I mean, I stopped nursing like this week.
Which you're free.
I know.
You're free.
It's kind of sad, but
it is sad. It's like an end of an era.
Yeah.
But not really because you're going to have more kids.
Yeah. But it's just sad every time like you think about that baby no longer is a baby.
I know. Which is why people get pregnant.
Yes.
Again and again and again and again.
Yeah.
Okay, well, let's do Trasher's Trash then, shall we?
Yep.
Trasher's Trash is brought to you by Dime Beauty. Dime's mission is to create luxurious skincare and beauty products that are clean, effective, and affordable. They have everything you need to give yourself glowing, clear, healthy skin. I have used Dime for over 5 years, and I always get compliments on my skin. And every time I tell people it's Dime and they look it up and see the prices, they're shocked because it's not $1 trillion. It's affordable and it's clean, and we love it. I recently just went on my little girls trip, and all my products were Dime with some other little ones thrown in there. But 90% of what I use on my face is Dime Beauty. I'm not just saying that. It is true. I'm obsessed. I love it. I also love their Wonder Screen. I put it on as a first step to my makeup routine because it gives my face like the prettiest hint of color and glow. And it's also sunscreen, which is amazing because nobody wants wrinkles. So try one of the amazing Dime products today by going to dimebeautyco.com and use code WEEKLYTRASH20 for an exclusive 20% off. You ready to read some people's trash and give our unsolicited advice and opinions?
Yeah, because I'm so good at that.
Okay. I can't tell if I'm actually ready to have kids or if it's just that I see everyone on social media getting pregnant and having babies at my age right now. I probably just need to distance myself from my phone and really get in touch with myself and true reasons as to why I want to have kids.
Yes.
I think that's good advice to yourself.
Period.
Like once you have a kid, you can never go back.
No, and I am grateful now being in my position that it took us so long to get pregnant because I was ready when we started trying, but I was so young, still had so much to deal with.
Yeah.
And like everybody around me was getting pregnant, and I feel like that's not a good reason. Like that's not a good enough reason to be angry that you're not getting pregnant. Yeah. And that's where I was.
Yeah.
So from experience, take your time.
Yeah, take your time. And also it takes two to tango. So like, does your husband want kids?
Be on the same page
or whatever.
Be on the same page with your partner.
Yeah.
Realize it's like a lifelong thing. Babies are literally, it's the greatest thing that's ever happened to me.
But they turn into toddlers.
But it's so fucking hard.
It's so
like literally 3 kids has rocked my world.
3 kids. But like I will say that 3 kids is easier than I thought it would be. Not for you?
So nice for you.
2 kids kicked my ass.
2 kids. I peaked in life when I had 2 kids.
Okay.
Yeah.
See, 3, I'm like,
But here's my thing: is
easy.
England's always been my most challenging one. Like she's just the largest, and so
not physically, just
no,
personality.
literally, she's this big.
She's a peanut.
When I had Hinkley, he was such an easy baby, so like my postpartum was completely different with him because I was like, whoa, babies don't cry all the time, and like I don't want to die.
Yeah,
and I had enough of myself to go around because she required so much of me, but Hinkley was just so chill that I could like literally throw him in a carrier and stick a boob in his mouth, and that's all he needed.
That's all I needed.
But then when I had 3, I still had her that needed me so much, and Hinkley that sort of needed me because he's a toddler now, and a baby that needed me, and there was not enough of me to go around.
Yeah, I could see that.
I'm just now feeling like maybe I get the hang of it, but then sometimes I'm like, no, I just fell flat on my face.
And this is why women, we can't give advice because everyone's so different.
No, but like, don't have kids if you're not ready.
Like, take your time. Okay, this one's funny. Not funny. I shouldn't say funny. My husband had a dream he cheated on me with a girl who he used to like. I told him that makes me uncomfortable and that he should unfollow her on social media. He is refusing to say that I don't need to be insecure. I think he should care more about his wife's comfort than following a random girl.
I agree.
Yeah.
I think you should absolutely.
I think he should delete his Instagram.
Same.
I think he doesn't need it anymore.
Instagram is for the girls.
He lost his privileges.
Yeah.
Cut him off. Cut him off. No, that's ridiculous. Trying to cope with the fact that my mom is a habitual liar. And not only that, I just found out about a family secret she kept for years. Biggest lie she ever told. It's a lot. It's things like this that make me so grateful that I have a good relationship with my mom. Because some people have it really bad with their moms.
Yeah.
And it makes me hope I'm not a shitty mom.
Totally.
Because yikes. That's no fun.
Are we just reading?
Yeah, we're just reading and we're just
prayers?
giving thoughts and prayers.
Okay.
We're just going through. We're just going through and reading these. There's so many and I should have read through these before, but I forgot. Okay, my husband's ex-wife is absolutely obsessed with him despite also being remarried. She uses their child as a crutch to attempt to overstep boundaries and throw huge tantrums attempting to guilt trip us when we enforce our boundaries. Oh, that's hard.
Yeah, I'm so glad I don't have to deal with it.
I tell Caleb, I'm like, if we we're never getting divorced.
No.
We actually had this conversation last night. I was like, if I cheated on you, would you stay with me?
What did he say?
And he was like, gut reaction, no. And I was like, but like if you cheated on me, I would probably be like, okay, we can figure it out.
You would be able to figure it out if he cheated on you?
Yeah.
Oh, see, I feel opposite.
Oh, really?
I feel like if Mitchell cheated on me, I'd be like, bye.
Yeah, Caleb was like, no, I'd say see ya. And I'm like,
but then when I asked Mitchell that, I was like, if I ever cheated on you, what would your response be? He's like, well, I would probably first be like, what was I doing wrong? What did I lack? I'm like, okay, so that just goes to show your personality. So you're never cheating on me. I'm never cheating on you. We're good.
Yeah,
we're
I
good.
told him, I'm like, I will never cheat on you. Like, don't worry. But like,
time.
if I did, what would be the consequence? Like, what would happen? And I already knew the answer.
Girl, he would just fuck around and find out.
Right. He'd be, but like Caleb would be the worst person to like co-parent with because he has zero emotion. So like he would just like continue to live his life and be fine.
Yeah.
And that would drive me insane. I'd be like, why doesn't he angry? Why doesn't he care? Why isn't he like crying? Like why, like he'd be fine.
Yeah.
And I need a reaction and I would never get a reaction.
Yeah.
But I also will never cheat on my husband because I love him.
Yeah.
But I'm just so glad I don't know how cheating came up with the whole co-parenting thing situation that you're in. Yeah. But I'm sorry. That sucks. That's hard. I have zero advice because I am luckily not in that situation. Okay. How do I feel sexy again? Not just like cute or beautiful, but sexy. I miss feeling hot. Help.
I have no advice because I feel like a troll.
Spray tan.
Really? Oh, I've never gotten a spray tan.
You've never gotten a spray tan?
Nope.
If you can't tone it, tan it. Okay. A spray tan will give you a confidence. You need to get the right shade. You need to like make sure you're not going too dark because you might feel like an orange Oompa Loompa. But if you get the right shade, you look like $1 million.
Okay.
You look like $1 million. Go get a spray tan. Also, lingerie.
I hate
lingerie. Okay, here's the thing. Lingerie. I got sent some lingerie. Super nice, super sweet of them. This company sent me lingerie. They sent me a 2-piece. Okay, I'm going to tell you right now, a lingerie set for me is a 1-piece. We're talking covers the tummy, but like low cleavage, sexy, but covers this area.
Mm-hmm.
If you're like me and like you don't like your tummy area, a one-piece lingerie, like all lace, is the sexiest thing you'll ever put on.
Yeah.
A two-piece,
Absolutely not.
I wanted to throw up.
Yeah.
Caleb thought it was hot, of course, because like
course.
I could literally show up in a trash bag naked and he'd be like, ooh,
Yeah.
cute. But I was like, this isn't it for me. And
Yeah.
even though he liked it, I didn't like it. And that's important. You need to like what you're wearing because you need to feel sexy. So try a one piece if you're, you know, feeling a little insecure. Victoria's Secret used to have great ones. Now they don't. Victoria's Secret has like the worst lingerie now. Go to ASOS.
Yeah.
Have you ever bought any lingerie from ASOS? Do you like own lingerie?
Like literally 2.
From like your wedding?
Yeah. And
Yeah.
all of my friends were on missions when I got married. So it was like one from my old babysitter that gave it to me the night before I got married.
You're like, thanks. No, a one-piece lingerie set I think will help you. And like a spray tan and like, yeah.
Just change.
Just like change your whole life and then you'll feel sexy
No,
again.
I feel like there is something to say about like doing things that make you feel good. Like to me, I go to the gym because it helps my mental health, and at the end of the day, it makes me feel good. I like don't, you know, they're just
different things for different people.
look at yourself in the mirror and tell you 5 things that you like about yourself every day. They have to be different.
That's good. That's
and
good.
slowly start believing it.
Yes, I like that. Okay. My wedding is called off because I got blacked out drunk and said something stupid to one of my guy friends, and my fiance walked in during the phone call. Like I said, I was completely blacked out and don't remember. FML.
Does she know what she said?
I'm assuming she has to have. Do you agree with the saying that being drunk brings out the real you? Because I don't.
I don't know. I haven't been drunk that much. So.
Well, just like, have you been around people that are drunk?
No.
I guess the only time I really was like high school and stuff. But everyone would always say like, it just amplifies who you really are. Like it brings out the true side of yourself. And I'm like, I don't know, because there are times where like, it would just make me like sleepy or like make me depressed. But like, I wasn't depressed.
Yeah.
Like, I just think it's the alcohol that you take. I think tequila makes you more fun.
Tequila tastes like booty.
They all taste like booty.
But
they all taste like
worse.
booty.
Tastes like a dirty booty.
But that sucks that this happened to you. And I personally don't think there's like an underlying thing where you actually maybe subconsciously do think whatever you said is true. Like I think you were just drunk.
Yeah.
But I don't know how to explain that to like your fiance. So that's hard. Okay. We'll do 2 more. I have to give a talk this coming Sunday in my YSA, which is
Young single
adults. I am pooping my pants thinking about having to give it. The anxieties really get me with stuff like this. The angsties really get me with stuff like this. You know what you could do? You could literally copy and paste someone else's like talk from like a
ChatGPT.
Yeah. ChatGPT. Literally. I wonder if ChatGPT could like catch on to that.
Oh, I'm sure.
If you were like
Write a church talk?
Write a church, but like a Mormon church talk.
Oh, I guarantee you. I think I've seen things that it's done it. Yeah.
Yes, use ChatGPT.
But also, there's literally no harm in saying no, sis.
That is true.
Like,
you don't
I
have
think
to do
that
it.
you can say no to
if you have anxiety poops.
To a calling or to a talk.
Yes. I always hear people say like, I'm avoiding my bishop because I don't want a calling. And I'm like, just say no. Just say no. They're not paying you.
Yeah.
My grandpa, not my grandpa. Well, my grandpa was too, but my father-in-law's a bishop.
So
and he works so hard for free.
Oh, absolutely.
And I'm like, if
so hard on
Caleb
them.
he never will. We aren't active enough. Yeah. If he ever gets called to be a bishop, like I am forcing him to say no so fast. Like you could say no.
Yeah, it was interesting watching my dad. I feel like I have so much more respect for those types of callings.
It's insane. People will just like show up at his office as he's about to leave and like confess sins. And it's like, can you wait till tomorrow?
Yeah.
Like, he's got to be home for dinner. Yeah. Like, just pray about it. No, I can't. Okay, last one. I'm a mom of 6 and accidentally stole from Target. Initially felt guilty, but also it was very thrilling. Since I've stolen 8 small items, I know it's wrong, but it's so thrilling. Maybe I need a hobby.
Oh, or therapy.
Why? What?
Like accidentally putting something in your cart because your kid threw it in there and you didn't see it is one thing.
And then,
like,
but then getting a thrill and then continuing to do it. Yes, you need more than just a hobby.
Yeah.
You need to confess to your bishop. You need to stop. Whatever camera I'm looking at, you need to stop. Stop stealing. Stop stealing. It's
That is
wrong.
illegal.
It's
And
wrong.
guess what? From Target, they like keep
I'm
track
surprised
of
they
you.
haven't caught.
No, they do. They keep track of you, and then after like so many offenses,
Imagine how embarrassing it would be if
horrifying.
you
You walk into
stole
Target with your 6 kids in tow, and
they're
just,
like, the police are waiting. They're like, ma'am, you owe us $73 for the 8 mascaras that you stole.
no,
Have you ever stolen anything?
No.
I have never stolen anything in my life.
Yeah.
At least on purpose. I don't think I've ever done anything on accident either. I mean, sometimes I'll steal like a candy, when like a sample candy, but I haven't done that in years.
But they say that they're samples.
Yeah. Well, no, they're not technically samples. It's like when you fill the bags and you weigh them. I will sample them. Okay, do I want a pound of this or do I not? Let's try it.
Yeah.
And then if I do, then I buy it. But if I don't, then I don't.
Yeah. No, I cannot. I mean, I'm sure like as a kid, probably.
Yeah, I don't think I've ever stolen anything. So yeah, you need help. You need help. Stop stealing. Stop stealing.
With all the love.
With all the love.
Sis.
Stop it.
Yeah.
Stop it. You don't want to have what if your kids were doing that? What if you become a family of criminals? Just
no, straight up, I think England might be, what is that, a klepto?
Is that?
Or is that fire?
I have no idea.
Is klepto fire? I don't know.
I don't even know what you're talking about. What
Same.
is klepto fire?
No, klepto, like a klepto person. Like
I don't even know what that means.
I don't know. Let's look it up.
Is that like a type of
I think England, klepto. Kleptomania is an inability to resist the urge to steal items. Yes.
Where did the fire part come up?
I don't know.
Okay.
I don't know.
Okay.
But every once in a while, she'll like have something in her hand from like my mom's house and be like, I just borrowed it. I'm like, so we got to get that back. You know, that's what borrowing means.
You give it back.
Yeah.
Well, she doesn't have any sisters yet. So like,
no,
she'll be okay with like being able to.
She is asking for a sister though. And I say, I don't really have a say in that.
If you could pick genders next, what would you want?
I think Mitchell would probably say girl because then we would be done in his mind.
Oh.
Whereas I'm kind of like, okay, either way. Like, I love my boys. Boys are the greatest. I love England. It's so fun that we just have that bond, her and I. But my boys are so sweet that, like, I would be okay having another boy. Yeah. And then that way I could push to have 5 and maybe get a girl. Because I feel like if it was a girl next,
you'd maybe be okay with it.
Yeah, I would probably like, it would be more of a conversation. Whereas right now I'm like firm 5. And Mitchell's like, I would be good now. I would be good at 4, but I know you want 5.
Caleb would have 10.
Yeah.
I'm like, of course you would. You're never home.
Yeah. Literally.
Just kidding. He's actually with them right now. He's a great dad. Yeah. But he really would have as many kids as I would let him.
Yeah. I grew up with a lot of kids and it's fun and I love the baby stage and I love all the stages. That's why I want to keep going because it's just like, I don't want it to be done.
As much as like sometimes I shit on how hard motherhood is, it's the best.
Yeah, no, it is hard.
It is so amazing.
Yeah.
It's amazing.
Yeah.
Well, Hunter, I love you. And I'm so grateful that you came last minute and
I'm
canceled
so
your
glad.
Brandy Melville date
to
be here and take out trash. And I just love you.
Thanks.
So thanks for coming.
Thanks for having me back.
Anything else you want to say? Any other hot takes or any trash, or do you feel like we've let it all out?
I feel like we let it all out. Be gentle with me, you guys.
Be gentle with her unless you see her try to sell that sweatshirt at Indie Clover. Then you can go at her. Okay, you guys have the best weekend. I will see you next week. Leave me a 5-star review telling me you love me because I love you. And don't forget to take out your trash.